So this is how to stop a Spinzall in batch mode, clean it out, and get your product out. Once you're done, and like I said before, I usually just turn the timer on all the way so that it doesn't stop in the middle of what I'm trying to do. But once you're done, turn the timer off. It should go ding, ding. The unit is going to decelerate itself, and it's going to take about a minute. Leave it plugged in, leave the lid, leave it all like this, because there's actual electronic brake on the unit that's slowly speeding it down. If it speeds things down too quickly, too violently, all the particles that have been pushed up against the side of it will go right back into your liquid if it's cloudy, or it'll just get disrupted. It just doesn't work properly unless it decelerates nicely. So just let it come down from a full speed spin. It should take roughly a minute. Might take 40 seconds, might take a minute and 5 seconds, but it's going to be right in that range. If it's any faster than that, it's too violent. You'll notice after it gets down slowly enough, even though it's still spinning, that light goes solid. That means it's now safe to open it. Remember, press the lid unlock switch. You have 4 seconds to open it. If you don't open it within 4 seconds, don't sweat it. Just hit it again. Open it. Take the lid off. Now, if you made a mess, you just pop this off. You can clean this right away. Right? And remember, this is how you get the rotor out. Put your fingers on either side. There's a lip here to grab onto. Put your finger on the shaft and gently, gently, gently push up, because you don't want to upset what you've done inside of the rotor. Now, if this is dirty or messy, you can take this apart and clean it now, but mostly I'm worried about what's going on in the rotor, so I'm going to focus on that. So in this recipe, we made butter. And what's interesting about butter is we actually want to harvest the solid, so we don't want to break things up or make a big mess with it. So the first thing we're going to do is take these fins out. So these fins were designed to slide straight out of the rotor, like this. Right? Now, sometimes if you want to get some of the liquids out when you're going to harvest first, you can just hold the fins in like this. Right? I'm just pouring out the liquid. Now this is buttermilk. Just getting the majority of it out here. All right. Just slide the fins out, and the fins come out nice and cleanly, and this makes it much, much easier to actually get your solids out with a spatula or with a fork or whatever. So there is the butter in kind of a nice piece. Another piece of butter and a nice piece. And then the third, remember, because the chamber of the unit is in thirds. Then you can get rid of the rest of the buttermilk, or save it. You should really never get rid of buttermilk. Buttermilk, if you filter out the little bit of butter solids that I put in there because I'm a chump, this stuff's great in baking. But then this rotor now, you can wash it out either in the sink or you could wash it in a dishwasher to clean it out. These fins, similarly, dishwasher, just make sure to not lose them, put them back in, and then everything else can be cleaned as is. And this is how you get products out of your rotor when you're working in batch mode.